So this is how y'all are going to end a decent franchise. Not with a fizzle, not with a bang, but with a weird amount of jokes about poo. Literally, because a frat guy got stuck in the bathroom with a wiki case of the diarrheas about the time that all the lights went out, and then Darth Maul's ugly cousin came out to do all his oogly booglies. Except at some point he was badly burned, and now he's eating his own crispy bits. But anyways, this was basically an insult on anybody who has followed the franchise, because all this did was reiterate everything we already know. The entire story is them rediscovering that they can astro project after they decided to do some hypnosis mind erasing thing like 10 years ago after the second movie. Because remember, parts 3 and 4 had nothing to do with this family. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spoil the entire movie for you so that you don't waste $20. So like I said, after the events of the second movie, they decided to use this doctor psychologist man to basically erase everyone's mind with hypnosis like 9 years ago. And then you fast forward to 10 years later, and it's the grandma's funeral. And then you find out that Rose Byron and Patrick Wilson are divorced and that the kids live with Rose Byron. And the oldest one, the coma kid, is now heading off to college. Patrick Wilson is estranged from his family because the kids all have memories of him running around trying to kill him with the baseball bat from the first movie. Actually, I think that was the second movie. I don't remember. Anyway, so he takes coma kid to college and he's going to art school, and then they get into a big fight about them being estranged or whatever. And Patrick Wilson's all like, I'm going to get some help. So instead of going to therapy to work out his own estranged daddy issues, he's hoping he has like a tumor or a brain hemorrhage or something, so he goes and gets an MRI. Anything to avoid therapy. And then while that's going on, Coma Kid starts art school, and something about his art teacher doing a countdown or whatever has him relapsing into his astral projection life. And then him and his lady roommate, who is amazing by the way, she saved this whole movie, let me tell you, start experiencing some spooky shit. And then they find out online through the little assistance that Elaine had in the first two movies that he's astral projecting again. Gee, why does this sound like the first film? And then Patrick Wilson is going through the same thing, but instead of it being evil shit, it's his dead dad who jumped off of a mental hospital building. And then he goes to his ex-wife's house and yells at his ex-wife and gaslights her that everything is her fault that he doesn't remember, even though it was his idea to hypnotize everybody to make them forget in the first place. And along the way, we run into these ghosts. Like, there's this ghost of this kid that was killed in the frat house, and there's some couple other ghosts, and you think we're going to solve these problems, but instead we don't. They're nonsensical. Except the frat house ghost saying, close the door. Bitch, I don't care about that. I want to know who murdered you. But anyways, they end up closing the red door or whatever by the coma kid having to paint over his picture of the red door that he made in class. 3 out of 10 because it had some good jump scares. Tiptoe out